Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my podcast, Sulfuric Acid. I'm here with my fiance, Edgar. You guys remember him from the second episode, I believe?
What's up, y'all?
Yes, last time we talked about it was just like a little late night chat, okay? This time it's gonna be more like a yap session, basically. And last time I talked a little bit about the fact that like I'm a parent now and like I can't just always sit down and do my podcast real quick, like I have a child to take care of and other stuff, right? Like hobbies and stuff. But, I just want to like go more into like us being parents. Like
Yeah.
because I want to say like 2 years ago, we were not parents yet.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, I just want to talk about like how do you feel now that you're a parent? Do you feel like you're a good parent? And like, is it hard?
I know we're good parents. That's first of all. And it's pretty freaking hard. And it's kind of been a whole thing because like I remember in the beginning, it was very. I'm not gonna say overwhelming, but like it was just like it was a lot, and it was brand new.
Yes, I remember when Xander was first born, you were so scared to like even carry him, like, and me too, obviously.
It was so weird. It was like alien, right?
Going back to that, right? But
I think remember the when we were like when we first had the baby, took him home. We were like so sleep deprived. That was I literally felt like it was like all a hallucination, like
a delusion.
It all felt delusional. I felt completely delusional, but it goes away. But that was one of the weirdest things that I experienced. Is like I remember sleeping in the hospital and I had no idea where I was. And you know, like when you wake up from a dream or like when you're at a hotel,
you're super disoriented.
Exactly. But then this time I was like, oh no, you have a baby now, and I was just like, what? It was such a weird feeling.
That's crazy. I remember you falling asleep on the chair because like we were all so tired.
Yeah.
Even though we had Xander like at 1 p.m.
Yep. It was such a strange time.
It's because we were kind of up the entire night.
Yeah, before,
we like technically.
Yeah. So weird. But like, now that we have a kid, I do notice
and he's about to be 2 years old. So things are like so much more different now that he's a toddler and he's walking, he's eating on his own, he's babbling. Actually he says words.
Yeah, he says words.
Yeah, he knows several words. Yeah. But it's like it's so hard still because there's still a language barrier.
Oh yeah, it's strange.
Yeah, it's I wouldn't say that it's hard, but I guess we both have like different experiences.
Yes, because you're a stay-at-home mom. I leave for work.
Yeah, you get to go to work, and when I say you get to go to work, I mean that like in a positive way.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's
like and like me, it's kind of like I'm like on like work mode like 24/7.
Yeah, they always say that like being a mom is the hardest job in the world, and I know you say no, your job's harder. But trust me, I'm pretty sure that your job is the hardest job. Yeah, being a mother is hard. Yeah.
Yes, it's definitely like different. Like, but you still see how he is because when you get home, like he loves being with you. Like he misses you. He wants to just be right next to you the entire time because you're gone for like a long while.
That's the thing that I've noticed too, is because like sometimes I'll leave for work like a week away or a week of time, and the whole time I'm there I'm just thinking about you guys, like oh, I miss you guys. So whenever I come home, I just want to be with you guys like extra, and he sees that, so he's like me.
Yes.
He's cute. But I don't know, like the problems, or not the problems, the difficult or the challenges that we faced when he was a small little baby, a toddler, are completely different from what we're experiencing now. And like now, you gotta like the tantrums, things like that. And they're always getting things and throwing them and breaking things, like
and biting everything too.
Yes, everything, and that's hard because he's biting whatever he finds. So you got to make sure there's nothing small so he can choke on.
Make the house child safe.
Yeah, baby proof. Yeah.
Yes, baby proof. Right.
We did that with the toilet because it's crazy. You would just see him open it and throw something. Like right away, like a moment you look away, and it's just a whole bunch of that, right? He likes to open the drawers too.
He loves to explore, which is not safe sometimes because we have cleaners or things like that, and nobody needs to be in the toilet. First of all, like that's unsanitary, but he will go for that as soon as you leave the door open. So we literally have to like put something heavy on the toilet lid,
Yeah.
just so that he won't like, because you never know. He like, I feel like he might open the door even.
Yeah, you can open the door like in the bathtub. You can get in there. Like it's so crazy that like today, we went over here. I just gave him the control for the PS5 because he was watching the show, and in 1 second, I'm talking what 2 or 3
you
seconds.
went to the kitchen real quick.
Yeah, I went to the kitchen and I get a text message, and I was like, oh, it's probably my dad. I'll read it later. And then no, when I finally did read it, it said Cash App, a PlayStation Network has charged $41, and yeah, the bad part is like this has happened before.
You have to say what happened.
Yeah,
Xander may put that charge. He got the controller, and first of all, this has happened before. It is not the first time. Last time he spent $300
twice. Yeah. But that's what I was explaining is that he did it on my Wells Fargo card. So I just called Wells Fargo and told them, hey, that transaction
for the past
for the past two. So it's like $600 and some taken care of. But this time it was my Cash App card. So I'm disputing the transaction right now. But technically I did make the purchase because it was, it was made legally or whatever. But it's just a little kid. And he didn't know what he was doing. But yeah, we're gonna try to figure that out. It's $40. It's a lot better than $300.
Yes.
But that's the things we had to deal with. Yeah.
Yeah, that like we wouldn't have to deal with that when he was younger. Yeah. And now, like I said, like I feel like the biggest barrier is the language, but he's catching on, and now he understands like when we're upset and when we don't want him to do something, like he'll stop doing it.
He does know what it is.
Yeah. And he's like a little bit more independent. Like when he wants to take a nap, he'll just go on the bed and tell us. That's like his way of telling us, I want to go to sleep, please.
Yep. And you can see the language forming. It's there. Like he understands like leche. She's teaching him Spanish and I'm teaching him English, but he's getting both of them, and he knows what's going on.
Yes, and he knows like the words. When I say leche, he'll right away know that his milk is coming. And like
he'll run to the place where he usually drinks milk. It's
I'll be like, acuéstate, and he'll go and lay down.
And the coolest part is like back then, the funniest thing he would do when he was a newborn was fart at a very funny time. He'd sneeze and then fart or something like that. It was hilarious. But now he's doing a lot more silly things.
Yes, and the funniest thing to us at the moment, like we'll be like, Mama, Papa, and he'll just look at us and then be like,
yeah, he does this weird laugh every single time. He'll get like
yes, and then again I'll be like, Mama, Papa, and then he'll look at us. And then
the exact same thing it's pretty funny. Yeah, it's
hilarious. I definitely recorded him doing that one time.
I think you did it once too, accidentally, or like
today.
I recognized it. I was like, "Isn't that what?"
I was just standing there, and I was just every time he would look at me, I'd just laugh a little.
It's really cool. So we definitely enjoy spending time with him and stuff, and it's the best thing that's ever happened to me.
There's definitely more pros and cons.
Yeah, much more. Like that whole I don't know what her name is. Chaperone?
Yeah, I think
when she was like saying that none of the people who I know that have kids are having a good time, that they're all in hell. Like for reals, like
why would she say that? Like, first of all, why would you say that? I don't know. I feel like it's so popular with like young people, especially, to joke about the fact that they don't like kids.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I understand that she may see that they're challenged or like they don't sleep and stuff, but that is not
all
hell.
Your friends are in hell.
Yeah, that is not hell. Like I promise you, especially like let's say what you're talking about, goals and stuff. Like when you set goals that are hard, it's hard. You see it on yourself that he's struggling to get to those goals, but when you do, you feel like you're in heaven. Having a baby is just goals. Like it's something that's rewarding in a different way. And if you don't have kids, you ain't got nothing. Like you just live for yourself.
Yes,
it's so much cooler to live for others.
Unless you have a pet. Having a pet is the closest thing you'll get to having a baby. Except dogs don't speak, and dogs aren't like.
Yeah.
They're not gonna be like, Mama, Papa. You know what I mean?
I always used to say that because I used to have a puppy, and I would always say that was my kid and stuff.
I mean, technically, they do learn. They do know how to talk, like, because they'll recognize words.
They'll get it. They can speak.
Oh my gosh, have you like heard about that dog named Bunny?
No, I haven't heard.
Oh my gosh, I just remembered that, but like basically, it's this dog who, have you seen those buttons where like when you
Oh
press?
yeah, I have seen that.
Okay, well look,
Yeah.
that dog started with one button, and then he had like 20
Yeah.
buttons, and
Making sentences.
he slowly started gaining consciousness.
That's crazy.
And he would look at himself in the mirror, and he knew that it was Bunny. He knew
Yeah.
that it was him.
Yeah.
And he would press the bunny button. Bunny.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
Me. Like, like,
That's so weird.
So we can't even say that dogs are easier than having a baby, because it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same.
But with dogs, like, they do their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Kids will be on your hip all day long if they could.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's been very rewarding. And like I'm saying, I've lived through life for like what, 30 years or something, and you know, it's been all right or whatever. But as soon as I had a kid, like, it all just changes. And then you realize, like, the reason for life, or life, what is it exactly? Like, life, you make it.
Look,
it's so weird.
I feel like
I'm so sorry. I'm like, woo, woo. Oh my God.
I feel like having a baby with someone is like the deepest form of interlinking, connection. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's like the most, it's just, oh man. And if you don't have a kid, you wouldn't understand it. Like,
and the crazy part is, you need that connection and that, like, love, and then that's what creates the next generation.
Exactly.
Like love is what keeps everything going.
It's us, I mean.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Like,
it's a serious thing. Like, love is like a force of like the universe. Like, life doesn't exist without people like falling in love and having an intimate connection. It's pretty cool. And like I'm saying, you know how they say, like, there's that song by Ariana Grande that says God is a woman. I truly believe that, because you guys create life. Like, without women, it's all over. It's so crazy. True.
Like The Handmaid's Tale.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that one.
The new season that came out. Look,
it's crazy.
Yeah, being a parent, it's just crazy.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's cool. Like, I wouldn't say that I hate it. I would never say that I'm in hell. Like,
oh yeah, no.
I love being a parent.
Chaperone, I'll get you.
Okay, so now I kind of want to talk to you about like our goals. Like, what are your goals, maybe for spring and summer, or even the whole year? Like, just things that, like, I know you've already achieved, like, getting a raise in your job. So you're doing amazing job-wise, right? And in other parts too. But like, what are your personal goals?
Okay, I definitely have some personal goals. One is still relating to work, because you know, I'm a provider. I want to make sure my family's okay.
He's always gonna want more.
So my they're basically, I want to be a foreman. I want to run my own crew. I'll get a $6 raise on that if I do it, and that's something I definitely want to do, because you know, if I'm going to stick around with this job, like, I want to become something. I don't want to
go
just
up the ladder.
Yeah, of course. Like, definitely, like, you make yourself valuable to the company, and that's one thing that I plan on doing. I'm gonna do, because that's my goal. That's one of them. And then I guess the other big goal that I have is, like, so we're from Texas, right? And Texas is in the very bottom. Or not. It's in the very bottom. It is in the bottom. But we live in the bottom of Texas, in the Rio Grande Valley, and like, you know, there's not much of like all these places to
opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. So now that we're like in Minnesota, there's a lot of like places. There's Chicago's like 6 hours away. These other places are 2 hours away. So you got a lot of places to visit. So that's what I want to do. I want to make sure, now that it's a little bit warmer, is visit a lot of these state parks and beautiful, you know, do some sightseeing basically.
Yes, I feel like we came over here and we got only like maybe a week or two of exploring, and then like the snow came, and
the snow came.
And the cold. Like, it was, I mean, it wasn't that bad. We didn't have like a blizzard. We weren't shut in or anything like that. But like, it was still cold enough to where you did not want to go outside.
It hurts to go outside. Like, it's not a good thing.
Yeah, but so you know, a couple months later, now spring is about to come, and so we have that chance again of like, it's like if we're still about to see the new city.
We're about to explore St. Paul and Minneapolis. Like, we haven't, because it's been so cold. We've explored. Don't get me wrong. We've gone places.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of like the hiking trails and a lot of those places. Everything was white. Everything was wet. And that's the thing about snow that a lot of people don't realize. Like, it's snow, and snow is whatever. But as soon as it touches you, it turns into water. So like if you're outside in the snow, it's raining on you and it's just really cold, so it hurts. You know, you can get hypothermia and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Not good. It's definitely like that's the thing about being back home. Well, no, the heat is also very dangerous.
Yeah.
But the cold is like you'll lose fingers and stuff.
It's different, 100% sure, because I mean we've lived all of our lives in not Westlaco. I've lived in Westlaco.
Yeah, Edinburgh.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like we've lived in the RGB for like so long that it's not that bad. Like the sun, we were working. I know we already said this one time, but like we were working in 116 degrees. That goes to show that even though it's very, very hot, you can still get shit done.
Yeah, no,
but being over here, it's different. Like over here, once it gets cold, it hurts.
Yeah, I work in water, like the water industry, and yeah, we can't do work outside while getting wet. We literally fucking die. Sorry for the language, but we die. Like we'd lose limbs and stuff. So you know, in the cold, our season slows down because you know it's unless we're doing work inside, but it's not good. You can't drive very well, and you like there'll be crashes and stuff. Like it's the cold is definitely different than the hot.
The only reason you have to go outside is work or groceries.
Yeah.
So we've kind of been shut in a little bit, and so that's why we're treating this spring like as like
new beginnings.
Like oh my gosh, I can't wait.
It's gonna be awesome. Yeah. And especially we're talking about our son. He's a baby. Like you know, like he couldn't walk when we got here, and now he can walk. But we've been inside.
Yes.
So
we still take him outside often so that he can but like barely now it's getting to like 60 degrees.
Yeah, he can like wander around.
I think I'm ready now. Okay.
But yeah, those are my goals. Just basically explore more and you know, get that foreman position. What are your goals?
My goals?
Yeah.
I have a couple goals, mainly like about social media, but before that, my goal is to lose weight.
Yep.
I know I already lost like 24 pounds, I think.
Yeah, it's been pretty good and real fast too.
Yeah. I think I have like 20 more to go. So I would be really happy if I was able to lose those extra 20 pounds.
Yeah.
And I think it's only like 17 that I have to go actually.
You'll get it.
It's just that I have to go hard with the working out.
Yeah.
And obviously like the diet and all that. Yeah. But other than that, I think I have a goal of like last year I made $80 off of TikTok.
Yeah.
Close to 100. Yeah. Like that's pretty good. And now I'm trying to go back to that number. But the good thing is that like now I'm able to make sales on TikTok. I'm able to promote products.
Oh yeah.
And whenever anybody buys that product using my link, I get a commission percentage. Yeah. And I have actually started selling stuff. I'm not a millionaire yet.
Not yet. Soon.
Yeah. And that's for TikTok. So I guess my goal would be like make at least like $200 on TikTok. I'm not close yet, but I'm like a quarter of a way.
Yeah, you're getting there. That's
and important part. I know I have to go hard every day. And it's like I still remember in high school when people like thought that TikTok was the cringiest thing ever. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like so now just the fact that I can make money from our couch while taking care of our son, that's like I love that for us. Like
it's so nice, right?
Yeah, because like you're out here like working super hard at your job. So I want like any kind of way that I can. And I already got accepted into the Amazon influencer program. I just need to start making more videos. And I've heard like people will talk about how much they've made and it's like in the thousands.
Oh yeah.
So my goal for Amazon is to make at least like $50.
Anything would
just
be
because
nice,
I started barely so
I know you will reach those goals because like I'm saying, she just started and I've already seen results. Like she's making money. Yeah. And that's pretty that's impressive.
Thank you so much.
I'm proud of you. You're doing good.
Thank you.
You'll get better, I promise.
I hope so. I am putting my all into it.
Yeah, no,
I feel like those are most of my goals. Like and just like the same thing as you where you want to go out and explore. Oh, let me tell you. I want to explore the USA first.
That'd be awesome.
Because like when we like talk about our honeymoon, yes, it would be nice to go like to like another country.
Yeah.
But all I know from USA is Texas and Minnesota
and Vegas.
And Vegas, because you took me to Las Vegas. That was so fun. Like, I love that so much. And like, I feel like there's so much more to explore in the USA first.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Especially because I'm not yes, big cities are cool and that's like super fun, because especially coming from like a small town girl, like Westaco, like is fucking small. But it's just like the city life is not that like amazing to me. I want to go to the parts in the USA where it's beautiful. The earth is showing just how beautiful she can create things.
All that naturalness.
Yes, like I've always been obsessed with Illinois. I know is that how did I say correct?
Yeah, Illinois.
Specifically Indianapolis. I want to go to New Mexico. I want to go to California, New York, like those four, like specifically.
Colorado and Utah.
Denver is like, oh my gosh, Washington. Like all my Twilight girlies know I want to go to Washington. But it's like I don't even want to go across the world when I haven't even explored my homeland.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot to explore here.
Yeah, like that's what I want to do. I would love to go just like one trip a year.
Yeah, oh man, we could go on much more. Like I'm saying, being in Minnesota, you're closer to everything than from being in Texas. To get out of Texas,
to get out of Texas, you have to drive for a long time.
12 hours just to go up or sideways or that way. It's 12 hours from where we're at.
Yeah, it's not from the border.
Yeah, you can't. And then Texas, all the bottom half is just plain. There's like really nothing to see.
Yeah.
So it's a lot different. Like we have a waterfall, the Minnehaha waterfall, like 12 minutes away from here. And it's beautiful. It was snowing the last time.
The Wabasha caves.
Yeah, there's caves. There's so much to explore.
And there's so many like famous people that have come from here or have.
Tiny Tim. Tiny Tim is from here. He's buried here.
What's that guy with the F?
Fitzgerald.
Scott
Fitzgerald, right? Yeah. He has a theater here. I brought excuse me. But yeah, we'll definitely do that. Those are beautiful goals.
I know.
I got it.
Yeah, so basically those are my goals.
Badass.
Okay.
We'll achieve them.
Yes, I hope so. The next thing I want to talk about is like how we read each other's minds. Yeah. Like, oh my gosh, okay. You guys, like, I know you might think that we're being like cringy or whatever, but this is nothing but the truth, okay? Yeah. Like, Edgar and I, we will think the same thing.
It's so weird.
And then I'll be like, and then he'll be like, oh my God, I was just thinking that. Or I'll be like, bro, I was thinking that, and you said it, like.
Yeah, like. For reals, we're not
like to the point where he doesn't even have to say anything. Look,
and you'll know.
Look, the other day we were walking to the thrift store, and what's it called? Zender was walking with us, so he had his shoes on. He was walking right next to us, but go ahead and fart, baby. Ew, it came out through your leg, guys. The phone was not recording. It wasn't recording, and so we're gonna like. Try to run it back, and we were talking about how we're fucking connected.
Yes.
Look, just the other day, we were walking to the thrift store, and Zender was walking with us. He had his little shoes on. He was walking with us, but it was cold, so I was like, "Can we hurry it up? Like, I'm super cold." And then Edgar goes, "Well, you know." And then I'm like,
that's all I said.
That's all he said. And then I was like, well, I don't want to go slow. And like the context to that is that we both saw a TikTok video that says like including them will slow you down, and that's the point.
Yeah. I was thinking that.
He didn't even have to say any of that. Yeah. Like I just knew he was talking about that video, and I was like, I know, but I don't want to go slow.
Yeah, she's just like,
And like that's the last one that we like.
Yeah, the most recent time that happened, but it's happened so many times where like you literally know what I'm thinking.
He'll say exactly what I'm thinking, or I'll say exactly what he's thinking, and we just get blown. Like, oh my gosh, it's happened way too many times to the point that it cannot be a coincidence.
Yeah, not a coincidence. It's definitely something, and definitely a connection there.
Yeah. And I don't know if I said this already, but like that kind of connection only comes when you have a baby with someone. Like it really interlinks you, and you're both caring for this child that you created from your DNA and your partner's DNA. Like, so if you're a girlfriend, if you're a fiance, if you're whatever, wait till you have a baby with this person.
Yeah, it's never happened to me before, and like it's just time after time after time, and we like every time it happens, she says it's because we're connected. And I remember the first time she said that, I was just like, yeah, we're connected. I thought it was a coincidence, but every time after then, like when she said we're connected, I'm like, yeah, we're connected. That's what it is. We really
are connected, because there's no way I could have known what you were about to say, and there's vice versa, you know.
She'll know how I'm feeling without even saying anything.
That's because like I know him so well now that he doesn't even have to say anything. Like,
it's pretty crazy.
Like, and I'm kind of glad we like.
It's better that way. I think it's fucking good.
We kind of achieved that like standard. It's really nice. The next thing I wanted to talk to you about was where you want to visit. Like, where do you want to go this year?
That is a good question.
Or maybe you changed your mind?
Yeah, no, definitely. Like one of the spots that I've always wanted to visit is it's Rome.
It's like because we both grew up Catholic, right?
It could be, but like you know how they say like every man thinks about the Roman Empire at least once a day.
He had a book on the Roman Empire.
Yeah, it's because it's so interesting. Like that's the thing about it, is like these are people that lived 2,000 years ago, where like all of everything now stems from that era. And it's just super fascinating to me to see those buildings still standing, and like you could see graffiti where like the Romans like drew on walls and stuff, and it just fascinates me.
Yeah,
I would love to see it.
It just looks so beautiful over there too. Personally, that's why I want to go, because it's so beautiful over there.
They were so advanced. Where would you want to go?
If I could pick any place in the world, like unrealistically.
Yeah.
Like if I had all the money in the world.
Yeah.
I think I would go to Brazil.
That would be so cool.
But it's scary out there.
It is very scary. That's one thing that I always think about when I think about Brazil.
It's like Mexico, but on a way larger scale.
Yeah, much more dangerous for sure. But I think that's the thing about like Mexico too. When you go to Mexico, like as long as you're not like involved in shit that you're not supposed to be involved in, or really fucking dumb.
But that's the thing though. Sometimes they catch you off guard.
Yeah. Like, the stray bullets.
No, they'll like stop you and tell you that you need to pay money.
Yeah, Brazil's definitely like a high level of a country to visit. But
Dubai, we were debating going to Dubai.
Yeah.
But the thing is that everything
it's all man-made.
It's man-made.
Yeah.
It's like
it's beautiful.
We're spending a lot of money, just to go see what man created, and I don't want to see that. I want to see what the earth created. I want to see those beautiful views that you will never forget, those sunsets.
Yeah, they're there. They're out there.
Oh,
it's crazy. It's crazy that like people actually like live there, you know, and it's like such a beautiful life. It's great also too, like if you think about it, like where we were born. We're born in America. Like it's pretty fucking lucky that we were born here. That's what I think
about all the time. I'm like, what if
we were born somewhere else?
I would not survive in China.
Oh yeah, no.
I would have been lobotomized if I were born in China.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Honestly.
We're very lucky to have been born here.
Like, I think about it all the time. And you know what else I think about all the time, too? Is, like, the world, America in the 70s, or, like, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, even 90s. Like, it's just, I just feel like that's the last time that will be uncivilized, if that makes any sense. Because, like, from now on, we have awareness of like all the phobic ways that humans act, and everybody's trying to fix that. Everybody's trying to fix the racism. Everybody's trying to fix the sexism, and it's just like those decades will be the last time that we ever see those kinds of like living situations. You know what I mean? Like
A lot of people, they say like, oh, I wish I was born in the 60s to, experience the 60s music and
I
stuff like
would have
that.
not made it in the
But
60s.
if you actually think about, a lot of people even will say like, I
Look,
wish I was, yeah.
if you're white, I bet you would want to be
Mm,
born in like the 60s, 70s when
yeah.
segregation was still going strong.
Yeah.
Like, I get that, but if you're a minority, like, why the hell would you want to go back just to
Yeah.
get crucified?
A lot of people, they think like, oh, this now sucks and like back then it was awesome. But if you think about it, like this is the first time where like electricity has like become this whole thing, and like we're living in the most perfect time to be alive as a human.
Because we're
Yeah.
growing, but we're not all the way to the top
Yeah,
yet.
this is the most like top notch level of what humanity has been, and we're living it right now. So like you got to feel lucky about that, because like if you were born like 100 years ago, like you'd be suffering through disease, through the tyranny, a whole bunch of things. Like the stuff that you're experiencing now, especially like technology, it's like
Yes, and like you won't be segregated anymore. You
yeah,
won't like, and there's still racism, of
of
course. There's still
course.
racism, but the thing about now is that like everything is being recorded. Like no
Mm-hmm.
matter where you go, you cannot hide your
Yeah,
true self
crime is a lot
anymore.
harder now.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. If you were white, like you would have loved being in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s
Yeah,
because there was hardly any fucking cameras back then.
yeah.
But you know, the rest of
Yeah, the
us
60s sucked. Like people
suffered.
were getting drafted to the war. Like it was a whole thing. Like there was a whole bunch of like shit going on, and it's pretty crazy. I think just like for everybody, like it fucking sucked back then. Like
I
peasants and all
mean,
that. Yeah.
except for the white rich people. The white rich people were thriving,
Yeah,
okay? They
yeah.
were thriving. Even in the recession, those rich people are still thriving.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the truth. And speaking of where you want to travel to, like, can you believe that we moved to the state where weed is legal?
I know.
Like,
It's
I know
crazy.
you used to be a huge stoner, and I actually used to be too. I also was like I would smoke every day. I would smoke as soon as I woke up. I would
Yeah.
smoke during the day. I would smoke during night, and I would smoke before I went to sleep. Like, but like now it's like you've grown, and now how do you feel about it?
About weed, I mean, I enjoy it, but I don't smoke it as much anymore. The thing about it was like it was just making me like anxious.
I've heard that after so
Uh,
many years of
yeah.
smoking weed, it does that to you.
Oh yeah, yeah. You think about, it's not even that I'm getting anxious. I'm just thinking about too much things, and I'm like, I don't fucking
Yeah.
want to think right now. What the
The
fuck?
whole
I want to
point of
relax.
like, yeah, the whole point of weed is to like chill out.
Yeah,
So when like that kind of sucks that like when you've done it so long and so frequently, it just becomes like a burden. And that's how
yeah,
I
yeah,
felt too, even though
yeah.
I've only been smoking like
Yeah.
hardcore
It gets
for
like
like
that.
a couple of years. Like, and you've always heard me say too, it's like I don't want to smoke weed anymore. Like it feels like
Yeah,
it's making me lazy. I feel like it's making me eat more.
yeah.
I feel like it's making me overthink. And those are all like,
Yes, that's the thing. Overthinking. It's just kind of like fuck. I know that like back then weed was a lot like less potent, and now
mm,
it's very potent, and that seems to be why the reason why a lot of people feel a little overwhelmed with weed now.
yeah.
It's just too strong.
And some people will smoke weed once and then like suffer with derealization. And I
Oh
feel
yeah,
like that's what began happening to me.
psychosis, right? They'll get it.
No, but it's different. There's psychosis and then there's derealization. Like I was experiencing derealization. I was experiencing looking in the mirror and not recognizing myself, or I would not even be high and I would feel high. Like, and
Hmm.
that still happens to me. And the world seems fake, like nothing's real, and and that only happens to me when I smoke weed. And so for the fact that I'm sober and then it's still happening, that's derealization. Like
Yeah, yeah,
that's serious, and that's something that you don't want in your life, I
yeah,
promise you. So the fact that like I've slowed down on the intake like really means a
yeah,
lot, and it's helping me so much more.
yeah.
Like you can see it like if you live with me.
Yeah, and it was weird because like we're also talking about like it being legal here. There's no dispensaries in Minnesota. It's so dumb.
It's so weird.
Yeah, so they just legalized it, but the licenses haven't come in. All these businesses are ready to start, but they just haven't gotten a license yet. And it's weird because we're from Texas, where weed is extremely illegal.
Yes,
but you get the Delta 9 over there. It's really
Delta
strong.
8.
Yeah, Delta 8. It's strong back
Delta
home.
8 is legal.
But not here.
Not here.
But not here. It's so dumb.
It's like if you're back in Texas, you know that Delta 8 is the legal way to smoke weed. And that's what I loved about it. Like, because first of all, dealers make me scared, okay? I've been blocked because I don't know how to speak to them, apparently. They're like, that's not how you approach a dealer. And they blocked me. And there's been other times where, like, it's just like they just make me so anxious. So I've always bought through somebody else. But, like, even then, because of that, like, just being able to go to the smoke shop and buy Delta 8 and then get high, like, that's amazing because it's legal. First of all, it's only 0.03% THC, but it still gets you high. And so to come over here where weed is legal, but there's no dispensaries and there's no Delta 8.
It's so dumb.
It's like,
are you sure it's legal? What the fuck?
Yeah, like, no, and it is legal because you will go anywhere and there's somebody smoking.
Yeah.
You'll go out into the hallway of the apartment, somebody's smoking. You'll go outside, somebody's smoking. So it's like everybody knows it's legal now, but
but it's just nowhere available.
At the same time,
it's not available yet.
It's like you still have to buy it off the streets. So
it's weird.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, I wanted to show you guys some paintings that we've been working on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've been taking up painting now. And this was our first creation.
We've been doing Bob Ross like date nights. So we will be watching a YouTube video and it's Bob Ross. And it's been cool.
The first time we didn't have the correct paint.
That's this one.
So, it didn't come out as amazing as we would have wanted to, but we still tried.
Yeah, we didn't even have brushes or anything, but we enjoyed the night.
Yes, and clearly Edgar won. Like,
no.
Look at how he did his. Like, I love his.
I don't agree with that statement. I think she did it better.
And then we did it again.
With the right equipment?
Yes, with the right paint, and we tried following a Bob Ross tutorial, and this is what we got. It was so fun. Like, I love painting so much, and just like being given like something to paint. I feel like that's the biggest struggle that I have.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, what the hell do I paint?
It's always the biggest. Like, even when you have a journal, you're like, what do I write? And you just leave it blank.
Bro.
This is
well, personally, I love journaling. I'll journal my feelings. But I get what you mean.
Yeah, that's how all my journals are empty for that same reason. But yeah, when they give you something, and that's the thing I was explaining to a little bit earlier, but we didn't record it, is that, like, it was, to me, like, it's kind of stressful while you're doing it because, like, I'm not very good at painting. I know she's very good at shapes and stuff, and I struggle.
No. It's not that I'm good at it. It's that I listened to exactly what Bob Ross said, and I did what Bob Ross did. And so that's why it came out a little bit decent. Yeah. But Edgar, he likes to do his own thing. So even though he was following the Bob Ross tutorial, he wasn't really following, which is a good thing because you want to be original. And I love his style of work. Like, I think he did amazing.
Yeah, I tried to follow, but I just couldn't do the shapes exactly. So I'm really trying, but this is as close as I can get to it. But it looks good.
Yeah, I hung these all up because I love them all.
But that's the thing I was explaining is that it's stressful while it happens, but the end result is always worth it. And I know we were talking earlier about having a kid. It's like, yeah, it might be stressful while you're doing it, but at the end, like, it's all worth it.
You still have this amazing child that is like a product of you and your partner's love. Honestly, like, that's how I feel. Anyway, so now I wanted to ask you about Tom Segura.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
Well, first of all, who is that?
So he's a comedian, Tom Segura. He has like a podcast with his wife and Bert Kreischer. He's super funny, and I found out that my coworker was going probably like 3 months ago. He bought the tickets for $150 each. And I was like, oh, that's expensive. I'm not going to go. But when I looked it up, it happened yesterday. So I looked it up the day before yesterday. And I saw.
Last minute, the tickets are like.
They're like $50. Yeah, they were $50 a ticket. So I was like, hell yeah,
you know
I'll
what that
go.
reminds me of? Sorry for interrupting you, but that reminds me of Lil Wayne. We got to go see
Yeah.
Lil Wayne, bro.
Yeah.
And the tickets were cheap as hell, but the
Yeah,
only
the
reason they were
day
so
of.
cheap, yes, is because we had just gotten them the day
I think what
before.
happens is they want to sell out, and if they don't sell out, they want to sell those last seats, so they put them at a low price. But yeah, it was freaking awesome. I really enjoyed it. I was a little drunk and a little high probably, and a lot of the beginners acts, the opening acts, like a lot of the jokes just went across my head. I'm like, whoa,
What?
I felt so dumb. But when Segura
It's the
came out,
bud, the
yeah,
bud.
when Segura came out, like it just felt so natural. Like there was no like the other guys, like it seemed like forced, and this guy was just
Aw.
like talking to us, and it was the most amazing thing. Like I'm not gonna lie, I haven't even told you yet. Like when he first came out, like after they were showing some clips of him, he came out and a little tear came out. I was just like, hell, fucking yeah, fuck yeah.
Edgar has this
Yeah.
habit of crying when he
Uh,
feels really happy, which is like
yeah.
weird, but
It's the
like,
best feeling in the world. I would not have it any other way.
yeah.
Either if I'm like really proud of something, or like something like overwhelmingly like good happens, I'll just my eyes would just well up. I'm not like, but yeah, I will get very emotional, and it's freaking awesome. So yeah, it happened yesterday with the show, because it was just an amazing show. Like it just everything looked so grandeur,
So it
and
was
it was
definitely
awesome.
worth the 50
Oh,
bucks.
100%. Yeah, it was awesome. When I got out of the show, it was raining outside and it was cold, and I had to walk all the way to my truck like 10 minutes away.
Aw.
So that part kind of sucked. But it went
But
good.
all in all,
Oh,
you
yeah. And
enjoyed it.
I would 100% do it again. Yeah. And I
And
know Theo Vaughn is coming up here soon. That would be freaking cool. And also Deftones. I know she likes the
I'm
Deftones.
so
Yeah.
excited for Theo Vaughn and Deftones to be the Deftones concert. It's like, oh, I can't even
It'd be awesome.
express how amazing that would be. Like, you guys want to get it.
Yeah.
Okay, the last thing I want to talk to you about is like, why don't we give like a wedding update?
Yes.
Because we had to tell everybody that the wedding was being postponed. And the only reason that happened is because my sweetheart lost his ID.
No.
And in order to get your ID in Minnesota, you need a birth certificate with the Texas seal. And the birth certificate that he had did not have the Texas seal. So we literally had to wait for weeks for the birth certificate to get here. And now that it's here, we have to wait for his identification to get here.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of things happening.
Without the identification, we cannot fly. We cannot fly. We cannot get married.
It has to be a real ID.
We can't really do anything. No. So now that we're just waiting for the ID, like, I'm getting even more excited. My dress came in. I'm gonna tell you guys a little secret. It's pink. Mm-hmm. I'm so excited. We're just waiting for his ID, and then we're gonna go ahead and fly home and get the party started.
It's gonna be awesome.
I'm super excited. Cool. And it's gonna be a small wedding. It's gonna be intimate. I started off with 30 people, and I ended up with 80. So it's okay. It's still people that really care about us and want to see us prosper. So I don't see it as a bad thing, honestly.
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I know I keep talking about this, but look, it's my wedding day, like the best day, the second best day, because my baby was born. Okay, that's my best day ever. Yeah. But like the second best day is gonna be marrying this.
It's gonna be awesome. Right, yep, I can't wait.
I'm super excited. Honestly.
We'll get the ID soon, and then we'll notify you guys.
Yes, and then I'll be able to like start planning everything properly. And it's gonna be amazing. I'm so excited, and I'm excited to see where this podcast goes as well. I know I told you guys that like I still get shy when I have to talk by myself, but that's something that I need to work on because that's what a podcast is, talking. I love to yap. I love to entertain people. So just know that I'm working on the anxiety around it.
I know. And in the meantime, when we started this, we were like, ooh.
Yes, in the beginning, it's like,
the worst part, though, I was gonna say this because like we recorded all of it just now, and it wasn't recording. So literally, what we're doing now is kind of like a rerun. We're not talking about the exact same things, but no, like I wish we had caught that first one because it was was like so fucking perfect.
Yeah, it was smooth
But
and
yeah.
everything. But you know what? That just goes to show.
It happens.
That just goes to show that we need the right equipment. And speaking of equipment, before we go, I just want to say that I want a PC for my birthday.
Yeah, her birthday's coming up soon, and I'm just wondering what I should get her.
We'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see. Thank you guys so much for listening to what we have to say. I really appreciate you. Okay. I just want you to know that. And stay tuned because in the next 2 weeks, we're going to be recording another episode. Thank you so much for listening to what we have to say. Bye.